Now, another element in this is people have this thing of failing to train you, and this people have told me this. I say it's the 3 T's: telling, training, testing. On a job situation, usually people tell you something, and then they come back later on and tell you again and tell you again and tell you again. That's not in conformity to the 3 T's. That's not getting anything done. Because what are the 3 T's? Telling, training, then testing. But under the system of white supremacy with a lot of black people, what they do, they'll come around on a job and tell you what to do and then walk off. No, they're also supposed to train you. Training meaning they stand there and go over and over and over again what it is. After they tell you what they want done, they just told you what they want done, but they didn't train you to do it. And that is very important. That second T. You say, well, you didn't show me how to do it. Then you come around later on and you start, here's where the harassment comes in. All right, the intimidation, and all right, and the criticisms and whatnot. Real big on that. Okay, you didn't do what I told you to do. Well, naturally, you didn't do what you were told to do because they just told you to do it. They walked into a room. Here's a lot of machines and whatnot, and they say, okay, start the machines and get them running because we don't want to get behind schedule here. And then they walk down the hall. All right. But they didn't tell you anything about the details, all right, or train you. Here's what it is. That's what training is, telling you the details and showing you the details, all right? So always look for that second T because they'll come around and criticize you and evaluate you on not doing that second thing, all right? They will tell you, but they didn't train you. Training means they show you. Now, they might show the other people there, all right? But somehow, you being a person of color, they skip over showing you anything. They just tell you, get it done, and walk off. But you're new on a job. So there's some details here.
Yes.
They're supposed to walk you through each step of those details.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you do this, all right, this is step number 1, and you do this. I mean, you bring the materials over here, put it on this table, and then you take these other materials and you put them over there on table B, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then they walk you through it. You walk right behind them while they are doing it. And then they will stand there and watch you to make sure that you can do it. See, that's what training is. In the military, they have you do something over and over again. Not only do they do it themselves, they have you doing it while they watch you do it, okay? Firing that rifle because they want you to handle that rifle in such a way that you wind up shooting them if you don't know what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
They can tell you to pick up the rifle. They pick up the rifle and shoot it and then walk off. Everybody who's been on a rifle range no, it's not done like that. They
Okay.
don't tell you to pick up the rifle and shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
No, they stand right there with you, day after day after day after day, until they make sure that you know what you're doing. All right?
Okay.
Now, every job is supposed to be that way. That's very important.
Okay.
Don't let them skip over that second T.
Yes, sir.
Telling, training, then testing.
Okay.
But what they do, they tell you, and then 6 months later they test you,
Yes.
and then they fire you because you wasn't up to par.